Just a quick thing before I start going through the story. Uh, I only have 10 minutes, so I won't be covering a lot of what I wanted to, but I will cover at least some of it. However, what I do cover, I will do to the best of my ability, and I will also link the source I used and some really just generally good things to watch about the Sengoku in the description of the video. So, yeah. The brilliant Sengoku Jidai, the warring states of Japan, and a personal favourite point in history for, well, myself. The age of samurai, a time of honour, betrayal, and sacrifice. Alliances were made and broken. Names like Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, Takeda Shingen, and of course Tokugawa Ieyasu. Names that still live on in our popular culture and take the forms of games, books, TV shows, and anime. Just name a few. Guess which one I'm less happy about being immortalized. The Sengoku period started in 1467, 12 years after Rome fell at the loss of Constantinople, now known as Istanbul, with the outbreak of the Onin War. It started as a dynastic dispute between two of the great clans, the Hosokawa and the Yamana, which finally devastated both clans and ruptured any chance of unity within Japan. This sent the country down a near endless and constant war for 100 years. As the central government, as the Ashikaga shogunate crumbled, the daimyo, regional warlords, fought for dominance over the swaths of the Japanese country, carving the country into many feuding provinces and plunging the entire country into complete chaos. Jumping to 1548 and to one of the most important provinces of our story, the province of Mikawa. It's so important because the capital of Japan, Kyoto, is a short distance away and was traditionally the home of the emperor and the shogun, and whoever controls the shogun, at least in theory, controls Japan. The Matsudaira clan, who held possession of Mikawa, are surrounded by two much bigger and more powerful clans, the Imagawa to the east and the Oda to the west, and it's only a matter of time before one of these great clans moves to take the Matsudaira territory in the age of kill or be killed. 1548 is that year, as the Oda marched into Matsudaira territory, taking forts and strongholds along their shared border. In a matter of desperation, the head of the Matsudaira clan turned to the Imagawa. He asks for an alliance, for help to defend his land, and the Imagawa agree to this, but for a price. The eldest son of the Matsudaira is to be kept as a hostage. With no other option, the head of the clan agrees and gives his son to the Imagawa. However, as the Imagawa are moving the boy into their territory, they are ambushed by Oda forces, and the boy is whisked away to Oda lands. When the Matsudaira boy is captured, the Oda write to the head of the Matsudaira clan and say to him that if they don't break the alliance with the Imagawa, they will kill the boy. And this is where the head of the Matsudaira pulls one of the greatest plays in all of the Sengoku Jidai. I have no idea whether he did it as an excellent strategist or just out of pure samurai pride, but still, brilliant. The head of the Matsudaira writes back and says something along the lines of, "Kill my son, then it will show you how committed to my alliance with the Imagawa I am." And now that the Oda have no clue what to do with this Matsudaira boy, he just sits around in a temple for several years until the Oda finally can get some use out of him. The head of the Oda has died, and because of this, the Oda forces are unorganized in a state of disarray. And so the Imagawa, seeing their opportunity to remove the Oda from the field of play, put to siege the castle the new head of the Oda is in, while he is relatively undefended. The Imagawa propose a deal with the Oda. "We let you live if you give us the castle we are sieging, and give us back the Matsudaira boy you stole from us years ago." And the Oda leap on this deal because, hey, good riddance, it's only been more of an annoyance for them. The Imagawa made this deal because the head of the Matsudaira clan has also recently died, and this makes the boy, in name at least, the new head of the clan. and the Imagawa see having this boy as an extremely good incentive for the Matsudaira to stay loyal to their cause, and with hope they can raise the boy to be a strong ally of the Imagawa by the time he returns home after becoming a man at the age of 15. By 1556, the boy is now a man by the standards of the time, and returns home to rule over Mikawa as the head of his clan. The alliance between the Matsudaira and the Imagawa looks strong as the Oda feel the pressure of the combined forces. These two clans obliterated Oda forces in a pincer maneuver where the Matsudaira come charging from the south and the Imagawa move in, taking large amounts of land to the east of the Oda territory. And with this set of victories, they will take the last of Oda castles and remove Oda from the map, then marching on to take Kyoto with the loyal Matsudaira by their side. As the Imagawa party in a gorge, regaining their strength for the final siege of the Oda castle, drinking and having a good time with the Matsudaira, resting nearby in one of the border forts they have recently taken, the Oda are preparing one last desperate defense for their last remaining castle. The leader of the clan, the 26-year-old Oda Nobunaga, has other plans. His advisors tell him to hide in the castle, to try and hold out as best they can, but Nobunaga knows staying in the castle is just a slower death. He turns to them and says, "Do you really want to spend your lives praying for longevity? We were born in order to die. Whoever's with me, meet me at the battlefield tomorrow morning, and whoever isn't, just stand aside and watch me win it." And so, he takes the few hundred men he has and starts riding towards the Imagawa forces, an army numbering the tens of thousands of people. He calls to arms anyone who is willing to die for the Oda banner as he winds his way through the countryside, mustering a force of about 2,500 souls by the time he's reached his destination, the gorge the Imagawa are resting in. And it's good news for him. He knows the gorge well because of his childhood, as he spent a long time here as a boy. Along with this, his intelligence network is still strong. Oda Nobunaga has a plan. It seems insane, but he's playing to win here, so he knows he's only got one shot, and he does something that seems like madness given the ratio of the forces. He splits up his men, sending 500 up to a fortified hill to create a decoy army, to make it look like the Oda have more manpower than they actually do. The Imagawa believe that the Oda forces have taken up a defensive position in that fort, and they think it's no real threat after all, it's just another hill fort to take. But Nobunaga has another plan. He knows a way through the gorge to a place the Imagawa would never expect, and so the Oda force of 2,000 march down their stealthy approach. As they do march down there, a storm rolls in, masking their movements because of clouds and high winds, and nobody sees them until it's too late. Many men of the Imagawa have been drinking, and some have dispersed to find shelter from the rain, and as the rain stops and the clouds part, the Oda assault begins.